The football world felt a tremor today, May 22, 2025. Jim Irsay, the passionate owner of the Indianapolis Colts, has passed away at 65. A life dedicated to football, to his team, to his city, has come to an end. The Colts horseshoe, a symbol so deeply intertwined with Irsay's identity, suddenly felt a little dimmer. The loss is profound, not just for the organization he helmed for decades, but for the entire National Football League community that knew him. Indianapolis is a city that breathes Colts football. Jim Irsay was a central figure in that breath. He wasn't just an owner who watched from a distant suite. He was visible, vocal, and wore his heart and his team's colors proudly on his sleeve. The news of his passing has cast a pall over the city. It's a day for reflection, for remembering a man who poured so much of himself into the team he loved. The phone calls and text messages are flying, shared memories, shared grief. For those who followed the Colts, especially during their golden era, this news hits particularly hard. Irsay was the constant, the man at the top who believed in building something special in Indianapolis. He inherited the team from his father, Robert Irsay, and set about carving his own legacy. He wasn't afraid to make bold moves, to dream big, and to show his immense passion for the game and for the people who played it for him. The impact of his leadership is etched into the history of the franchise, a history that now turns a very sad page. The initial reactions are pouring in, as expected. From former players, from current staff, from fans across the globe. But one voice, perhaps more than any other, resonates with the shared history and the deep connection to Irsay. That voice belongs to Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning didn't wait long. The news of Jim Irsay's passing clearly struck him deeply. He took to Instagram to share his profound sadness. His message was simple, direct, and filled with an undeniable sense of loss. "I am heartbroken to hear about Jim Irsay's passing," Manning began. That one word, heartbroken, says so much. It speaks of a genuine connection, a friendship that transcended the gridiron. Manning continued, his gratitude evident in every syllable. "He was an incredibly generous and passionate owner, and I will always be indebted to him for giving me my start in the NFL." This wasn't just a courtesy. This was a heartfelt acknowledgement of the man who took a chance on him. His love for the Colts and the city of Indy was unmatched, Manning wrote. His passion wasn't manufactured for the cameras. It was real. It was palpable. Manning, who became an icon in Indy, understood this passion intimately. Finally, Manning spoke to Irsay's lasting influence. His impact on the players who played for him will not be forgotten. "My thoughts and prayers are with his family and everyone in the Colts community. He will be missed. Jim, rest in peace, my friend." The words "my friend" at the end are particularly touching. It underscores the personal nature of their relationship. The year was 1998. The Indianapolis Colts held the coveted first overall pick in the NFL draft. The decision was monumental. It would shape the franchise for years, potentially decades to come. The choice largely boiled down to two highly touted quarterbacks, Peyton Manning from Tennessee and Ryan Leaf from Washington State. Jim Irsay, then a relatively young owner, faced immense pressure. This was his moment to define the future of his team. He didn't just make a pick, he made a statement. He chose Peyton Manning, a decision that now echoes through NFL history as one of the wisest ever made. That draft day was more than just a transaction. It was the beginning of a partnership. Irsay saw something in Manning beyond the strong arm and the keen football mind. He saw a leader, a relentless competitor, someone who could carry the weight of a franchise on his shoulders. For Manning, it was the realization of a lifelong dream, and Irsay was the man who handed him the key. The trust placed in him by Irsay that day was immense. It was a gamble, as all draft picks are, but Irsay played his hand with conviction. The early years weren't always easy. Building a contender takes time, patience, and unwavering belief. Irsay provided that stability. 14 seasons of glory, building a champion. For 14 seasons, Peyton Manning was the face of the Indianapolis Colts. And for 14 seasons, Jim Irsay was the proud owner watching his vision unfold. Together, they transformed the Colts into perennial contenders. They brought an excitement to Indianapolis that was infectious. Sunday afternoons became events. Lucas Oil Stadium, and before it the RCA Dome, became fortresses. The combination of Irsay's passionate ownership and Manning's on-field brilliance created a golden era for Colts football. It was a sustained period of excellence rarely seen in the NFL. The journey wasn't just about wins and losses, though there were plenty of wins. It was about the shared experiences, the highs and the lows, the thrilling victories and the heartbreaking defeats. Through it all, the bond between Irsay and Manning seemed to strengthen. Irsay was known for his accessibility to players, and Manning was the undisputed leader of that locker room. There was a mutual respect, a shared understanding of what they were trying to achieve. They were in it together, chasing a common dream, a Super Bowl championship for Indianapolis. That dream became a glorious reality at the conclusion of the 2006 season. Super Bowl 41, Miami, rain pouring down, the Colts versus the Chicago Bears. Manning, calm and masterful, leading his team to victory. A legacy beyond the game. Irsay's enduring impact. Jim Irsay's impact extended far beyond the wins and the Super Bowl trophy. He was a man of immense generosity, supporting charitable causes within Indianapolis and beyond. His passion for the Colts was matched by a deep love for the city. He understood the power of a sports franchise to uplift a community. He wasn't just the owner of a football team, he was a prominent citizen of Indianapolis. For the players, Irsay was more than just the boss. As Manning's tribute highlighted, Irsay's impact will not be forgotten. He fostered a family atmosphere within the organization. He was known to care about his players as people. This personal touch resonated deeply with many who played for him. He shared in their triumphs and supported them through their challenges. This kind of ownership creates loyalty. It creates a culture where players want to give their all for the man at the top. The news of his passing has sent ripples of sadness throughout the Colts family. Former players, coaches, staff members, and fans are all mourning a man central to the team's identity. Tributes will surely continue to pour in. The NFL will honor him. The Colts will find fitting ways to celebrate his life and contributions. His legacy is woven into the fabric of the franchise and the city of Indianapolis.